makes you qualified to be a come-outer. Out of tribulation, out of pressure. Verse 15, Revelation 7. Therefore, they are before the throne. We're not in the dungeon. We're before the throne to serve him day and night. You know, sometimes you're in the day of the Lord. Sometimes you're in the night of the Lord. Jesus said, work while it is day, for the night comes when no man can work. You should know that the night season of your life is not a time to be striving, trying to prove something to God. You have to face up to the facts. Same thing with your faith statements. There's a time to make a faith statement, and sometimes the most powerful faith statement you can make is to say nothing at all. Why do you think I've been so quiet for the last year since my spouse died unexpectedly? That was my faith statement. Job did not charge God foolishly in the midst of things that he went through. And it says, and he that sits on the throne, will dwell among them. He is not a far off God. He is among us. He is in our midst. Hebrews says he's not ashamed to call his brothers. I don't have any bad news for you. I don't have any sad news for you. Too many people have used their anointings and died before their time, using their anointings to bring the bad news. I don't have any bad news. I've got good news for you. It says, they shall hunger no more. Remember Andy Griffith, the cracker commercial. What are you hungry for when you don't know what you're hungry for? They shall hunger no more. They shall thirst no more. Why? Because we're looking to the Lord for what we ought to look to the Lord for, rather than looking to man or looking to this changeable environment around us, trying to extract from this changeable temporal environment what we can only truly receive in fullness from the Lord that sent his Son to die for us. They shall hunger no more, neither shall the sun light on them. In other words, that experience of just being beat down in life by the heat and the pressure, and nor any heat. How many have gone through some heat? Well, I'm going through some heat, Brother Walden. What's God doing? He's bringing you out of the heat, out of the pressure. You're not in trouble. You're in transition. Why? Because the Lamb is in the midst of the throne of your heart. The Lamb, which is in the midst of the throne, shall feed you. The Lamb is feeding you and shall lead them into living fountains of waters. Where's the living fountain of waters? It's in you. Where are you? What are you doing, God? God says, I'm trying to lead you to the living fountain that's on the inside of you. Living fountains of water, and God's going to wipe away every tear. I've cried some tears of grieving and mourning. I've cried some tears of frustration and not understanding. I've cried some tears of loneliness since my wife passed. But let me tell you something. I know what it is for him to dry my tears. I know what it is to feel the kiss of heaven and the embrace of heaven. I know what it is to be in the night when no man can work, but he was there with me in the night seasons, giving me songs in the night. I've had angels stand around my bedside at night singing to me, even recently on several occasions, because he sends his angels to minister to you. You're not in trouble. You're in transition. You're coming out of the pressure. He is in the midst of you, and he's going to wipe away all your tears. That's Revelations chapter 7, verses 14 through 17. Listen, if these sessions are a blessing to you, go to fathersheartministry.net and subscribe to the Daily Prophetic Word. Send me an email. I want to hear from you. My personal email, we have 170,000 people on our subscription list, but I want to hear from you. My email is russellwalden@gmail.com. My first and last name @gmail.com. That's RUSSELL